Hello guys, this is Jalen here from Blue Angels Gaming, and today I'm going to be going over a review of the previous war for Exit Humanity, which was a potluck spin, and they were matched with Elite of Valor, which is a CWL Premier Clan. There were some pretty sweet attacks in this war. They were able to pull out the victory, and a little bit of history, but for the Exit Humanity clan, it's the founding clan of the Exit Humanity family and the CNC clan network. It was a merge between QSFN, who were WCL champions, Made for War, who were EWL semi-finalists, and 2002 Maniacs, who were CWL Season 4 participants. It's an adult USA, Indian, and Brazilian clan, and their Twitter is Exit Humanity CNC, and I'll leave that down in the description. And they'll be applying for CWL Season 5. It is doing potluck and Clash Roulette spins to prep up. So that's kind of the history behind this video, and I'll go ahead and dive right in. I'm going to cover a few pretty cool attacks for you guys to see, and let me know what you guys think about it. So we'll go ahead and start off with their attack on number 2, which was a Queen Walk drag attack. So as you can see, it's a pretty stout base. I'm going to go ahead and drop a Queen Walk at 12 o'clock, followed with a Loon. And those Hillers are pretty nicely placed right on the Queen, no air defenses hitting it. Should be in good shape with those wall breakers hitting the corner there to allow her to go inside. She's going to work her way in and take down an air defense here. And really, what they're trying to do with this Queen Walk is get some of those major defenses in that 12 o'clock position taken out, and then giving it a nice funnel for those drags to get into the core and get the Town Hall. They're going for a 2-star attack here. Most drag attacks at Town Hall 11 are going to be for the 2 stars. They were able to pull out the CC, and the Queen's going to take care of those, followed with a couple poisons. And the skeletons can take a while to kill sometimes. So here we got a couple point defenses on the Queen. There you can see the single Inferno. Wow, and 2 giant palms are pulled. Able to take out the Eagle, so that's huge, guys. And as you can see, the Queen has already taken out 21% and gave a nice, very nice one-sided funnel here. So really all that is going to have to happen is a couple of these bowlers take out some defenses. The King over on the 9 o'clock position, take out that corner, and we're going to have an amazing funnel and get those dragons straight into the core. Something a little funky about this attack and decision is to use drags with 2 single Infernos, but as you can see, he's able to destroy the base and get a very nice 2-star to give them a good position on the top bases for the opponents. So he's able, with that great funnel that he was able to do, he gets all the dragons straight to the core, followed with some Loons and some Rages. All kinds of power hitting the Town Hall. He was able to freeze the single Inferno, which was one of my only questions, is what was going to happen to the drags with those Infernos. He brought a freeze for those. And honestly, this attack's looking very nice. It's going to get ate up just due to those 2 air defenses left, but nice percentage, nice 2-star, pretty safe, reliable attack to get to the core. It's not something like Bowitch where you're going to have to worry about troops going around. He was able to give a nice funnel and get the job done. So the next attack we're going to watch is a Bowitch attack. This is a sweet attack, could be my favorite attack of this war. So he's going to go ahead and place the Queen Walk at 9 o'clock. He's going to put down an Earthquake spell here, which was a pretty cool decision because most of the time anymore we see jump spells being used, a lot less or a lot lower housing space for those, but it actually wouldn't have reached between these 2 walls. And due to those outside walls, even though they're not connected and you can go around, it's actually terrible to get your troops to go inside. So I like that decision of sending in the earthquake spells to allow the troops to go straight to the core. He makes the funnel down right at 6 o'clock with a few bowlers, and now he's able to get all of his troops inside. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in. He was able to lay down the ability of the Warden right whenever those healers were getting ate up by the air defense, so that was a good save. Too bad he wasn't able to save it for those double bombs, which did a lot of damage to the bowlers, but he still has a nice army comp left. All healers, all heroes are still alive, so that's good for tanking some damage. Looks like the king's about to go down. There he goes, and now we're down to the Warden and the Queen. So right here, it's kind of one of those iffy positions. Is it going to be a high 2-star, or is it going to be one of those 3 stars? So we have the Queen ability left, which is going to be huge for that single Inferno. We've got a few bowlers left. Oh, the bowlers were able to get into that core compartment. Hopefully they can take out that Inferno. And as you can see, guys, it's kind of crazy, really, the spells that were used in this attack. Usually for 3 stars, you may not even use anything to get over the walls, especially on a ring base like this, but he actually used 4 earthquakes to break through the walls, and then actually another jump spell. So right there is 6 housing spaces taken up by, you know, jumps, basically. So that's pretty interesting, and he was able to pull out the 3-star, which was very nice, and give the clan a very good position if they're just able to finish some of the bases down low due to that nice 3-star up top. So that was pretty cool. We're going to go ahead to their number 12. They were actually, if you look through, they were able to do pretty much perfect on everything except for the top few, given 3. They actually weren't able to clear 11, but this attack on 12 is pretty sweet. It is a Falcon attack, which is commonly used at Town Hall 10. This looks like a max Town Hall 10 base. So he's going to go ahead and place the Queen Walk at 12 o'clock, automatically get the 1-star on the Town Hall. He's going to use a baby dragon, or 2 baby dragons, for a funnel on each side. This is actually exactly what I like to do as well when using Falcons. I use 2 baby dragons, 1 to path the Queen, and then 1 to cut off the other side of the funnel as a Queen for your troops to go inside. This is actually my exact attack that I use on my Town Hall 10 account. Besides, he uses a few hogs in his, which is pretty cool. So it's going to go ahead and play out. The Queen is going to take out everything on that side. The Valks are going to be placed along with a CC full of bowlers. They're going to go inside to the core, which with this attack usually wall breakers or jump spells aren't used just because Valks are so powerful to walls, especially in a rage, which was used here. They were able to take out the CC, and really this army is just going straight through the space. Even with all these compartments in the walls, we have those heroes that are dealing the damage, and the Valks are just getting through in these rages and tearing up the base. So then he sends the hogs in from around 5 o'clock and able to get into that big compartment down there with the Expo and Wiz Tower. You can see that the King's ability was just used, and it's going to take out that last Expo, and now it's just down to, can the hogs survive and can the Queen survive? So the Queen still has her ability, so at this point it's pretty much locked in 3-star. All she has to do is get around to where she can use her ability once she gets to those defenses, and it will be locked up. We still have a couple Valks left, a few bowlers, so it's looking very nice. The healers actually got ate up a little bit, but it didn't matter since the other troops destroyed everything in the core. The air defense is actually going to take out that last healer, and that is a very nice 3-star. So we see the Falcon used a lot, but it's actually, it comes down to your pathing of your troops, in my eyes. If you're not able to get those into the core like he did, he sent them straight to the core and to the main guts of that base right off the bat. And if you're not able to do that, and if you're not able to get your queen to follow in, it can really screw that attack. So a lot of people say it's an easy attack, you don't have to take jump spells, whatever. But it's pretty tricky, because if you don't get the queen to follow, the CC troops are going to eat alive your troops, because you have no troops really to get up and take out the CC. He was smart and brought a few wizards, but it's very important to get the queen to follow in and get behind the troops. So we're going to go ahead and watch the attack on, or their attack on 14, which was a queen walk followed with a Lalo comp. He sends in the queen walk from around 9 o'clock. This was smart. He was able to avoid both of the single infernos, which is going to save him quite a bit of percentage, since he's able to save the ability for his queen, since it won't get targeted by one of the infernos. Hopefully he doesn't have to use, he gets by with a rage, which is very smart. He saved the ability for later on. Sends in a loon, which wasn't able to get in and draw the CC. Hopefully he's able to do that in a couple seconds. We'll see. The wall breakers were not too efficient there. They only took out the walls to the archer tower, which weren't really needed, but he was able to pull the CC. So you saw that he just used the ability on the queen when she was about to die. If he would have had to use that earlier instead of that rage spell, this may have ended up differently, but he was able to save that for the CC, take it out, and the queen still has all of her health left. All the healers are left in full health, and as soon as he goes in, they're probably going to start getting blown away with the sweeper, but hopefully he's able to get the Lalu attack going. I like to call it Lalu. People give me a hard time for it, but here we go. So the air raid is coming in from 12. It's going to immediately take out both of those single infernos. He's able to avoid both healers. All he has left at this point is 2 whiz towers and that air defense. Now the air defense is taken out, and he is in great shape. This is going to be an overkill and end up in a 3-star attack as well. I'm going to go ahead and speed this up. You guys got the point. There's well over probably 15 loons left, and this was an easy 3-star, but a very nice laid out attack, especially with that queen walk. He's able to be very efficient with that. So we're going to go to 16 next, which is a Gobo Lalo. So this is pretty cool that he was able to mix these two together. He sent in the comp, and this is one of my favorite attacks to watch because it uses land and air, which is cool. A lot of people don't do that anymore. A lot of people do. And it's one of my favorites because if you have a heavy stacked side, you can take it out with that ground army and then send in your air army, and it's pretty effective. So he actually hasn't placed any of his heroes yet. He's able to take down 13% just with a few troops on the outside, which was very nice to get those ground troops straight inside to the town hall. Uses a jump and a rage to get into that compartment, take out that compartment, and now he's able to pull the CC, which actually wouldn't have even needed to be pulled if this would have been an air only attack, since it's a hound, but we'll take it. So he's able to get 2 air defenses with those bowlers. He had already got 1, so this is huge. At this point, all that's left really that is major is that 1 air defense that I see, a ground and air, 2 ground and air expos, and then a couple sweepers. He's going to go in to where he only has to deal with 1 sweeper. Sends in from around 3 to 6. Uses a couple haste spells, and this is going to get to that air sweeper hopefully pretty quickly. He's able to take out the sweeper. There's still a hound on that air defense. keeping the loons protected. Takes out the last air defense, and now it's just a cakewalk, guys. He has a hill spell for the Wiz Tower and the Expo, and this is going to be another overkill attack. Takes out the last major defense for air, and now it just comes down to time. He brought a couple minions in to speed that up, and with those loons, they're going to really take out the structures pretty quickly. I'll go ahead and speed this up so you guys can see. And there we have it, another 3-star attack on a pretty cool base. So that was their number 28 versus the Defender's 16, so that's pretty cool. He came up pretty high and was able to get a pretty clutch attack in for his part. So we have 2 more bases, 19 and 20. On 19, he uses a Queen Walk followed with a Lalo, and that's actually the same for base 20. So these are a couple attacks, and you can see that the other clan like to use the base structure with the air defenses lined up in a pretty much a straight line. So I think that's why they decided to go with the air attacks, as once you get to them, you pretty much take them all out, and you're able to do that pretty quickly. So he's going to send in the Queen Walk. He's going to go ahead and automatically take out one of the Wiz Towers. You can see here again, this is their number 27 coming all the way up to number 19. So this is pretty cool that they were able to come up this far and 3-star these bases. So he's going to use a baby drag to clear some damage, or clear some buildings down at 6 o'clock. Uses his king up around 9 o'clock, and this provides a perfect funnel for the Queen Walk to pull the CC, kill it, and then hopefully go inside, and it's looking like it's going to at least pull 2 air defenses, a sweeper, and possibly even an Expo. So that would be a very effective Queen Walk. If that does end up happening, we'll see. King's about to go down, and just right here before the actual attack ever even starts, we've taken out 42% of the base, and it's still going. If he can pull that, if he's able to pull those 2 air defenses and the Queen, this is going to be awesome. So the Queen Walk is in the rage spell. It's able to take out the Queen Walk, and the major defenses are just going down left and right, guys. So all we have left is a few Wiz Towers, 2 air defenses, the sweeper, and I'm pretty for sure this Queen Walk is going to, well, it doesn't target the sweeper. Let's see if it goes back. Yeah, so it was able to get the Wiz Tower, not only the Wiz Tower, but also that air sweeper. So now it's pretty much in the books, guys. All that's left is 1 Wiz Tower, a couple air defenses. He saves a balloon for distraction, and this attack is pretty much over. So I'm going to go ahead and speed it up, and all you guys can see, it's pretty much overkill on all these bases. The Queen is still alive, along with, from what I can see, almost all of the healers on her. So we have a lot of army left at the end of these attacks. So lastly, we'll cover base 20. In this one, they, like I said earlier, they again use the same attack as the previous. He is able to place, I'm guessing it was scouted, he placed a loon on that Tesla at 9 o'clock. Well, maybe it wasn't scouted because he placed his Queen Walk right on those 2 Teslas, but he's able to get those taken out, save his Queen, place a loon on that Tesla, and take those 2 out. And this is an interesting setup. These 2 air defenses are set right on the outskirts of this base, so a Queen Walk is almost it's almost obvious at this point. Why would you not use a Queen Walk if you're going to use air? He's able to pull out the CC. It takes down his king. He's able to place a poison and hopefully the baby dragon, and it does. It targets the healers. This is one of the major things that you do not want to happen. He's able to cover up for it. It actually doesn't take out his healers, which is awesome. Hopefully he can prevent anything else from targeting them. If that baby dragon would have had a couple more seconds, that Queen Walk would have been ruined. But he was able to save that. He sent in that baby dragon, and he should be okay as long as he can keep those healers on the outside. So the Queen's going down pretty fastly. So I'm guessing he's going to use a rage or her ability soon. He picks her ability. He's going to save the rage for the loons. And here we go, guys. So he's going to have to go ahead and send in his air raid, and he sends it in from 3 o'clock and 12 o'clock. So really all that's left is a couple expos, both sweepers, and a couple air defenses. So this is going to be a little harder than the last base, but again, you can see that it's center number 29 coming all the way up to number 20. So this is going to be a pretty sweet 3-star if he's able to pull it out. And it's looking like another overkill. So we have all the loons in the core at this point. There goes the last air sweeper. Everything's done. One whiz tower is left, but there's no way that it can take out the remaining loons. We have plenty of pups from the hounds and some minions to clean up, and that's pretty much it. He's going to be able to easily pull through the 3-star on this and get them another 100%. So if you guys would, you can see that the Exit Humanity was able to pull out an awesome win against a pretty elite clan. You can check them out. I'll go ahead and leave some details on Exit Humanity down in the comment or down in the description. If you guys would subscribe to the account so my channel will continue to grow. Like the video if you guys thought this was pretty cool, and if you guys would like to see more league action and good war action, I'm going to be pulling some from our clan, I know, in the future. So if you guys like this kind of stuff, just go ahead and like the video so I know. Put in the comments what you think my upcoming videos should be. And lastly, turn on the notifications after you subscribe so you can see when I have new content out. So that's all for today, guys. Hope you guys have a good weekend, and I'll catch you all later.